it's not just people on site who are making decisions anymore.
Correct.
People off-site are making decisions. So in order for that to happen, they need to be able to access data.
Yes.
So how does the data get from on-site to someone in an office with SmartPad?
There's a few different ways. So one, it's the middle of the night. You get a phone call from your frac crew that says, hey, yeah, pressure's coming up on us. It's 2 a.m. You're tired, but you're on call. I've been there, both as a completions engineer and as a drilling engineer. The difference is, as a drilling engineer, when you had PACE on, I could pull up PACE on and I could be looking at it and I could see the data live.
Yep.
And it's easier for me to make an engineering decision to help them. When you're in the frac world, if they're calling you because they have an issue, like I'm having to spend a lot of time getting contextual information from them. So I think one of the big first advantages is it's 2 a.m. Well, you can roll over and look at SmartPad on your mobile phone and you can see what frac's been doing for the past 15 minutes. And that alone is enabling you to make a real-time decision that I don't think you've previously had. Now, it's your average day-to-day, right? And I just want to have a look at my data. One of my favorite things about Cold War is we are so concerned about data accessibility.
Yep.
So there's 3 ways you can get data from us. You can stream live data over WebSocket. What that basically means is as we get live data, we push it. As we get new data, we just send it to you over WebSocket. Easy. The second way, probably the most popular way people get data right now is over what's called an API, which is an application programming interface. And I think the best analogy I've ever heard for an API is a waiter. So I'm sitting at a restaurant and I tell my waiter, hey, I want a number 5 with no onions. I gave them very specific criteria. I told them what I wanted. They run back to the kitchen, they get a number 5 with no onions, and they bring it back to me. So the waiter both taking my request to the kitchen and bringing my food to me, that is an API. So it doesn't matter what the kitchen looks like. I never have to know what the kitchen looks like. I just told them the information that I wanted and they brought it back to me. So that's what an API is. Just a really straightforward way for you to communicate with any company and say, hey, I want this information. These are the details you need to get me what I want. And then you send it back. So it's really easy. The other thing I love about Cold War is that we provide Snowflake.
Okay, I have been hearing about this. So describe, because this is into the data warehousing conversation, right?
So Snowflake's a data warehouse. And the difference there is, let's say I'm gonna go to a restaurant and I'm gonna get a 3-course meal. So right now I tell my waiter, I want calamari for my appetizer, I want a burger for my entree, and I want tiramisu for dessert. Okay, he takes those 3 requests and he will bring them back to me. A data warehouse is more like you show up at a fancy restaurant and there's a chef curated menu. And so it says, well, I know that nachos and enchiladas and, flan, those 3 are great together. And so I'm gonna make that menu available to you. And so the difference there is instead of me having to read API documentation and me as a data scientist or as an IT person or a very tech savvy completions engineer, send all these individual requests and say, hey, I want this piece of data. Hey, I want this piece of data. Hey, I want this piece of data. The data warehouse, we just serve up the data and say, hey, this is a really intuitive way to have all the data put together. You don't even have to think about it. You can just straight pull all your stage summary data put together. You don't have to ping us and say, hey, I want the average treating pressure for this stage. Hey, I want the average rate for this other stage. We just say, hey, I know you're gonna want all of the rates and pressures for all the stages. And so we just serve that up to you in an immediately usable data set.